right. Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another live call. Awesome to have you here. I'm just getting a few things ready to go. I'm a little bit late today, so bear with me as I welcome you and get everything set up, ready to rock. I notice there's a few people in the house already. Great to have you here. We've got Daniel Amies in the house. Hey, Daniel. Says he can't stay for long. No worries, Daniel. Any kind of staying is awesome. Give us a thumbs up while you're at it. Maybe share with anybody else that you think might be able to watch in your place. Julie saying, hi Gideon, I got here at the beginning today. Fantastic, Julie. And thank you so much for all your nice comments. I think you've left some other nice Facebook comments as well somewhere. So I saw that. I'm not sure if I replied. I've been a bit busy. But thank you for that, Julie. Really appreciate it. We've got Asian Craft saying, when does it start? Now. So I'm running a little bit late today. Normally start getting these things up a little bit earlier, but yeah, it's all good. All right, who else do we have in the house? We have Julie saying, last Friday I was able to test out all my equipment, Samsung Note 5, Microsoft Surface 4, and NBN, and it all works perfectly. Starting YouTube Live this afternoon. Yes! All right, Julie. Now let me see if I'm subscribed to your channel. I am. So I should be able to get an update from you when you go live. And who knows, if I'm around, I might be able to join in on your live event and see how you're getting on. Daniel, Amy's saying, Eshan, it will start in a few minutes. Yes. Okay, he's here. Yep, absolutely. Thumbs up from Julie. Thank you, Julie. Eshan Craft saying, just like to say, I love your videos and live streams, as opposed to live streams. Yes, these are more live streams, aren't they? I know, I'm not sure if that's a typo or if it's on purpose, but it's a good point. These are really streams of my life. So good little point there. So glad I could make this one. Fantastic. Awesome to have you here, Asian Craft. Julie saying awesome. Jeff is in the house again. Jeff Legois. Hello, my name is Jeff. Jeff, yeah, I've seen you on here a few times, man. So great to have you here again. So awesome. All right. It was a typo from Asian Craft. Well, it was a good typo. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Okay, so we're a little bit past the hours. So normally I'd like to start these things 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time sharp. It doesn't matter too much, I guess, when it's live like this, because as you know, what I do afterwards, I cut out all this stuff at the beginning so that people who watch the replay can just get right into the content. So I encourage you to do that too if you're doing live events. Have a bit of a warm up, and then you do your content, and then Q&A or whatever, and then afterwards you can cut out all the stuff that you don't want to have in the video. So Daniel is saying, did you watch my first live stream? Daniel, no, I didn't. Let me see if I'm subscribed. I'm going to subscribe to your channel now. Boom, I'm subscribed to your channel now. So I wasn't before, but now I am. So I'll be able to check it out next time that you're live. I'm not always checking stuff too much because I get a bit busy with my businesses. I've got 3 businesses running at the moment, so they do take a lot of my time. Alrighty. Okay. So before we get started, thank you very much for joining in again today. For you guys in America, it's still Sunday evening. It's already, of course, Monday morning here in Australia. So I like to kickstart these things off Monday my time. So I still do it five days a week, or that's my aim anyway. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And of course, Friday is your Thursday in the United States. But of course, it's already Friday here on your Thursday. So some people asked if I'm going to be there on Friday Eastern Standard Time, but of course I don't, because that'll be my Saturday, which is not cool, because then that's when I spend time with my family. Okay, but if you're in the house right now, if you're in the room, I should say, we're just going to get started pretty much now. And before we do, I'd love for you to just share this out with anybody that you think would find this useful. Today we're going to talk about how to use video advertising to help grow and scale your business. So I'm going to look at the bigger picture today, and we're going to, the whole theme for this week is going to be all about that. So looking at how to use video ads in particular to grow your business, not just specific parts of your business. We're going to look at the holistic view today. So Julie is asking, how do I share it out, Gideon? Well, Julie, if you're on mobile, below the video, above at the top of the video, I think about here, if you tap on there, I think should be one of the icons. There should be a share icon, and if you click on that, it'll give you the options to share on Facebook or Twitter or wherever else. Or if you're on desktop, below the video, there'll be one of the icons. There will be a share icon that you can use for sharing out. So I think Facebook and Twitter in particular, those two work really well. Love for you to share, but even if you don't know how to use those, you can just email it out to anybody that you think would find it useful, or just have a separate post on Twitter and make sure you have the link for today's video, which should be just in the address bar up on the video if you're on desktop. Just share it out. Let's get a few more people on here. So we got 10 here already in the room, which is fantastic. I didn't even expect that today because it's Monday, so that's great. So Julie, you can also share it on Skype, of course. Basically, as long as you grab the link and get people to, click on the link, they can come and watch live here. And in fact, if you share this on Facebook, people can actually watch this live stream, this YouTube live stream, while they're on Facebook. How cool is that, right? Because it just kind of embeds the player inside Facebook, which is pretty nice. Okay, so welcome if you just joined. I'm going to get started very, very soon. I'm going to talk about how to use video ads. So Facebook, YouTube, maybe Twitter, maybe Snapchat, maybe Instagram, video ads in general to help scale and grow your business. So that's going to be the topic for today. I'm going to give you the overall big picture, but then throughout the week, I'm going to go into more nitty-gritty stuff to help you with each of the different elements for helping you grow your business using video ads. Okay, so Julie's saying she shared. Thank you so much, Julie. Asian Craft has shared. Thank you so much. Bexhill Film Company has shared as well. Thank you for being in the house again, Bexhill Film Company. I do encourage you guys to think about changing your profile name so that we can easily see what your name is. So you can have your name and then your company name or your brand name at the end of it. So your name dash brand name. So a bit like how, I'm not sure if anybody in the room has that today, but Justin, if he gets in the house, you'll see he's got Justin Brown dash, what's it called? Primal Video. Sorry, Justin, if you're watching. So that way I can see who you are. I can see your name, and it'll be easier to give you a shout out if you're open to that sort of thing. Okay, but awesome to have you all in the house. I am really excited about this whole week because this whole week is all going to be about video ads. There's going to be something special we're going to do on Thursday Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you stay tuned for that as well. Okay, Asian Craft is saying they're going to switch accounts to the other one. Fantastic. Rocket Burst Media Premium YouTube Network switched. Okay, good. Switched where? Oh, is this now? Is this now Asian Craft? Have you switched to Rocket Burst Media? Okay, that looks cool. Nice icon there. I like it. I like the name too. All right, so we're gonna get started. Without further ado, I'm gonna. I think today should be a really nice one to give you a nice overview, the big picture of video advertising and how to use that to scale your business, and not. It's not just video ads, like we're going to not just look at video ads in isolation. It's going to be how it fits in with the big picture. So, all right, we've got Rocket Burst Media saying, yep. So, two channels, Asian Craft and Rocket Burst Media. Bexhill Film Company saying, my name is Mr. Bexhill Company. All right, got it. Sorry. Nice one. Arlene, we've got Arlene Smith in the house. Hey, Arlene, good to see you here again. Okay, great. So let's get into it, shall we? Let me set this up and we'll get officially started. Okay, here we go. Okay. Hi there and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk about how to use video ads to grow and scale your business. Keep watching if you're interested in really growing your business to the next level using video ads. Okay, so I completely stuffed that up. I pressed the whole totally wrong button, so I'm going to have to do that again. Sorry. Okay, that intro wasn't that good anyway, so I'm going to do that again. All right, here we go. The beautiful thing about doing this live, isn't it? Okay, here we go. It's the top one. Hi there, welcome to another video. Today I'm talking... Cool. Getting the outtakes live today. How cool is that? Let's try that again. Hi there, welcome to another video. Today I'm talking about how to use video ads to scale and grow your business. right, I'm excited today to talk about YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, video ads to help you grow your business. What I want to do is look at the bigger picture of YouTube, Facebook, all these platforms, video advertising, and how that fits in or should fit in with the overall strategy for helping you grow your business. If you've been around, you will have seen video ads taking off over the last 2 or 3 years. I honestly believe we're still at the beginning of it and that there's going to be a lot of growth. So now is the time to get into it if you haven't done it yet. I'm going to flick over to my slides now on my drawing pad and show you the bigger picture of how I see the whole thing fitting together and how video ads in particular can be used to help very quickly scale and grow your business. All right, so flicking over to my slides here. For me, this is the playing field, and these are the elements that you need to know about and get right to be able to really grow your business. And this is not just your channel, this is not just your email list, this is not just your Facebook group, this is the whole picture altogether. So imagine there's a whole bunch of people out here. Let's call them the world. And they're all sort of here doing stuff, hanging out in the world. Now, we have these things called social media. Right, so things like YouTube, we've got Facebook here, we've got Snapchat, we've got Instagram, we've got Twitter, a whole bunch of social media things. In fact, I might draw this a little bit differently because I think there's a better way of drawing this. So we've got these people hanging out in the world, say on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. And each of these things represent a world, and might be some overlap between these worlds. But your job is to meet these people in this world because this is where they're hanging out. This is where your target audience is basically hanging out. And through this, you can then start building your own audience through these social media sites. Now, what I love doing is basically capturing this audience here. Capture. And then from there, I send people over to my own world, which is here. And this is what I would call my hub. And then from there, I get people into my own email database. And from there, you can do all sorts of beautiful things. You can send people to an offer or all sorts of other things, whatever tickles your fancy. What often I do is once I have people on my email list, I send them all the way back to these social media sites. And in general, what I mostly do is send people, say, to a YouTube video that I have just submitted to my YouTube channel. Sometimes I might send people over to YouTube, but in general, it's mostly, Facebook, and in general, I send people mostly to YouTube. But you can also do cool stuff like sending people to your other not your other social media sites, but your actual social media accounts for social media subscriptions. So this is where, for example, when you have people on your email list, when they just subscribe and they get their welcome message, you can have a little follow-up that says, hey, do you know I've got a YouTube channel? Go and subscribe. Hey, do you know I'm on Twitter? Go and subscribe. Hey, do you know I'm on Facebook? Go and subscribe to my page. This is the sort of thing that I'm talking about here for this part here. Now, this is all good and well, but when you do this in an organic way, it can take forever. When you build your business, when you try and meet these people on these social media networks, it can take a really long time through organic content to try and build your audience. And this is exactly where paid advertising comes in. So the way I look at paid advertising in this particular context is that it's a tremendous way for scaling and growing your existing activities that you've got on social media, but also inside your business. So I like to put I'm going to put video ads here in particular, down here. And with video ads, I basically use that to accentuate all my activities here on social media. That then automatically gets passed on through to my hub as well. As a result, because I accentuate this, I grow this up. And then as a result, those same people get onto my email list. And it has sort of this positive flow-on effect because once people get onto my email list, I can grow all my social media channels as well. Now, of course, you can use video ads too to not just grow your social media audience, but also for sending people straight to your own hub. and where you then have either your blog or a squeeze page. Whatever you do, eventually people end up coming onto your email database. And then if you want to, depending on how you set this up, you can also send people straight to your offers. And this is the playing field for how it all works. And this is where I see video ads sitting in terms of context. Now, in the past, I wouldn't even worry about this part here. But in the past, it would take me forever to grow my businesses. And now what I can do is I can set up a new business with a new website, a new YouTube channel, whatever it is, and start creating content, and then immediately start accentuating and scaling that content and scaling those activities and scaling that audience using video ads in particular. So let's look at a bit of an example of how you might do this. Just going to complete this one. All right, so one way that you can do this is if we look at just strictly YouTube content. So you might start off with creating a little YouTube video. So there's a YouTube vid, and that's just a nice little content video, maybe a video similar to the one that I'm creating today. You create a little video up there, and then people come and watch it. A certain number of people, they're going to watch it organically. Now what you can do is, of course, accentuate this with a YouTube video ad and send more traffic to this video. Now inside this video, this is where you provide some nice content. I'm going to put content. You can't see that, so let me just undo that a little bit. But on this video, basically I have some nice content, and then towards the end of it, I might have a CTA, a call to action, that drives people to my hub. And in this particular case, it might just be a squeeze page. Now, I just use hub here as a general word to represent basically the world that you own, the world that you control. For example, your blog, your main website, any squeeze pages, any webinar sign-up pages. This is what I call the hub, because this is stuff that you have control over. And so what you do is you send people eventually over to your hub. And then from there, you can build your email database and then use that email for doing all sorts of really cool things. You can send them to offers, you can send them to another video, you can send them wherever. And so then with YouTube video ads, this is what you use for accentuating the whole thing. You scale it. So for example, let's use some blue here. If I wasn't using YouTube ads, I might, for example, only get, say, I don't know, if you're starting out, maybe if you're getting 100 views, you're doing well. Only a certain percentage of those would go to your website. Maybe there's only like, I don't know, let's say if you're lucky, you get maybe 30% of people. So you might only get 30 people visiting your hub. And then from there, you might only get, say, 10% of people sign up to your newsletter. So you end up with like 3 people on your newsletter. So this is if you just go the organic way. But now if you start accentuating and scaling it with video ads, you can pump this right up to, I don't know, 10,000 views if you wanted to. And if the ratio stays the same, you should be sitting there at about 3,000 people visiting your site. And then from there, if you get a 10% conversion rate, that's like 300 people signing up. So you see here, so how this can work extremely well. You can, still do your content, but if you don't accentuate it, the life is just going to be so much slower compared to if you're complementing everything you're doing with video ads as well. And then, you can do all sorts of other things, like, for example, introduce Facebook video ads into the picture as well. And in this case, I wouldn't necessarily drive people over to my YouTube channel from there, but I would certainly drive, if this is a video on Facebook, I would have the ad sending traffic straight to that Facebook page or that Facebook video. And then from there, I'd send it over to my hub again as well. And the same goes for Twitter. So there's a video ad, which we haven't really talked about much yet, but this is what you can do as well. It's a Twitter video ad. You upload a video to Twitter and you can crank it up, and then once again you can send it all the way over to your hub. And the same goes for Instagram. So Instagram ads, same sort of thing. Set up the ad and drive traffic all the way to your hub. Now, it depends a little bit on your strategy here. If you have a main video saying sitting on YouTube, you might want to drive all your traffic there, even the Facebook and Twitter and Instagram ads as well. And all of this is really designed for building the relationship and making that first connection. And then, as people build that relationship, you can send them all the way over to your hub and then sign up for your email list. And, this is really where I'm going to highlight this because this is so important. Let's make it blue. This little bit here is what it's really all about in the long term, is being able to build your own database. Now, at the moment, my preference is still using email for building my database, but who knows, as time goes by, that might get replaced by completely these sort of subscriptions we have on services like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. Who knows where this is going to lead in the future. But this is what I like doing at the moment. I like sending people to my email database, and from there, I can do magical things. I can do really magical things, because once you have people in this world, in your own world, then you can start sending them wherever you want to. Okay. So that's it in terms of the bigger picture for me for how I look at video ads in particular and how I use that for growing my business. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to jump into the live Q&A now. So if you'd like to join us on live Q&A sessions, make sure you join us on Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. daily. That's where I do these little calls, and I do open Q&A sessions afterwards as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I go to Q&A now. Thank you. Okay, so that was just a quick one, and really just to introduce you all to, I think the bigger picture here of video advertising. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about how to use video ads in particular for growing your email database. So hopefully today made sense to you, but I'm going to open it up for Q&A now because I realize I went through this pretty quickly. So welcome if you're in the room. I noticed we still have a good number of people still watching. I'm happy to start taking questions now. And you can ask me anything about video ads and, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Twitter ads. We don't have too much experience in Twitter and Instagram yet, but maybe we can talk about that a little bit more as well today. But yeah. If you have any specific questions, now's the time. You can also ask me questions about other things if you want to, because I'm going to cut these questions out anyway afterwards. So this is really just for you guys watching now and for you to have the benefit of being live. So I'm going to have a quick drink and then we'll do it. All right, so Eileen is asking, do you recommend Aweber? I do recommend them actually. Awesome service. Love using them. I've been with them for about 10 years. And that's, if you don't know what Aweber is, that's what I use for building my email database. But tomorrow I'll certainly be talking about that in a lot more detail. So definitely. So tell me, you guys watching this right now, how do you use video ads, or are you a video advertising user already? Have you already run some YouTube video ads? Let me know in the comments area, and we can have a bit of a chat about it. Also, what do you think about these drawings I've made today? Do they make sense? So I just sort of covered one example here today of how you might use it in practice, but maybe you've got some questions about the bigger picture that I used over here. Okay. I'm not seeing any specific questions. We've got Jan MacLeod saying, what would you recommend for a complete newbie to build an email list? Ooh, okay, great question. Well, I might cover that tomorrow in more detail, Jan. But if you're completely new, so let's see just how new are you? Are you like completely new to the internet using the internet as a business, or are you completely new to just video advertising or just video? What exactly are you completely a newbie for? Because that'll help me answer the question. Daniel Amy saying you're a good drawer. Thank you so much, Daniel. I have had a lot of practice and getting better with time. I must say the iPad Pro with my pencil, Apple Pencil, does help. And I'm just using the Notes app. It works really well. So Jan, let's see if I know there's a bit of a delay, but I'll wait for you to just follow up on that question I've sent you. Okay, so Arlene is saying, Aweber is near me, so I go to meetups at their headquarters very often. Okay, cool. How lucky is that? You guys in the States, you're so lucky. All the action is really happening there. Most of my audience, like 80-90% of my audience is from America. So if you live in America, you are so lucky. Seriously, you got all the events there close to you. You don't have to go overseas to go to all these awesome events. There's some in Australia as well, but it's really limited. We've got Julie saying, thanks, Gideon. Do you have an example of an ad? Good question. I do. I'm just trying to think where I might have them at the moment. Well, let me go over to V-Roll because that would probably be the best place to show you. And let me just get a browser up. Because on that page, we do have some example ads. So, and this is the thing, with video advertising, it can be, it depends really on where you're going to be sending that traffic as to how you want to, what sort of ad you want to set up. So if you go to vroll.com, and we're going to change this very, in the next few weeks probably, what it looks like, etc., etc. But here's some examples of ads. So I'm going to play this one for you. This was just an example one we created for someone who might be, say, selling a recipe book. So let me play this for you guys. Let's see if I can make this. Actually, let's do it over here. Let me just make sure you guys can hear it as well. So this is an example of a very quick and very short video ad using a very powerful formula that we use for creating video ads. And this is just a combination of text moving on the screen with background images. So let's play that now for you guys so you can see it. All right, so that's just a quick example of a video ad using the, that's created actually using the V-Roll software. And pretty simple, these things, but they work really well. We ran a test not too long ago where we had a talking head, video of me competing with just one of the templates that we created using V-Roll. And the template actually outperformed the talking head video. Now in context, think about this in context, the templated video took about 15 minutes to create. The talking head video took about 4 days to create with like a video production team, which is insane when you think about it. All right, I think Jan just got back to me. Yeah, so just to follow up on that, Julie. So it really depends. I mean, so those kind of ads that I've just shown you there, we often use those to, very specifically get people to take an action, get them to go and to my hub, for example, go to a landing page where they can then sign up for something, for a webinar or for an ebook or for a video or something like that. But there are other cases where it's longer videos, long form video ads, where it's more about the content and you want to build a relationship first before you get them to take an action. So we've got Jan here saying, no, just getting started with marketing, but have my head spinning with all the information out there. Jan, I know the feeling. When you're getting started, there are so many different things to consider. For me, I like keeping it simple. Keep it simple in the sense that don't try and do too many things at the same time. Pick one thing that you think is most important and become really, really good at that. The trouble though with business and with online business as well is that there are a lot of moving parts and there are a lot of things that you got to get right. But you just build it up over time. The other bit of a tip that I can give you is if you do have access to some funds, start hiring people that can do things for you rather than you try and do it all yourself. So let's just get back to your main question, which was what would you recommend for a complete newbie to build an email list? Okay, so I will cover that a lot more tomorrow, but let's go jump back to my my slides here again. And let's see, where did that go? Not my slides, my drawings. So if you're completely new to building an email list, the place that I would start is basically in, well, this is a tough one because, like the question is, where are you at? Are you starting totally from scratch? Do you already have knowledge in a certain area? What is your business about? Like maybe let's get into that. If you do you already have a business and you're trying to use this online business thing now to help build an email list? So maybe let's look at you as an example. What is your business, and what is your product and service, and who's your target audience? Because then from there, I can give you really some really good advice on how to grow your email list. So I'll wait for you to type that in, Jan, and we'll get back to that question. Okay, so we've got Piper's Picks TV saying, congrats on finding the elusive pencil for your iPad Pro. Oh, tell me about it. It took forever to get these things, and now I actually have two. And it's just giving me an idea. Maybe in one of my calls, I should give one of these pencils away. But they're kind of useless without the iPad Pro. But I do have an extra one now that I just, I ordered one online. It took forever. And then I happened to be in an Apple store one day, and they had one, and I bought one. And then the other one came, and now I've got two. And I didn't want to take one of them back, so it was really silly. Eileen's saying, did you ever try using a Wacom tablet to draw? Yes, I did, and it was kind of cool, but it felt good and stuff like that. But it was always difficult for me to be looking down and then drawing down here, but I had to look up here to see what I was drawing. There's always that disconnect. I know that you get the Wacom tablets where you can draw on the screen itself and see on the screen how it all looks. But I mean, with my iPad Pro now, it does a fantastic job, and I get access to all the cool apps that you don't get access to on a Wacom tablet. Okay, we have we like accents in America. Well, that's fantastic to hear, Piper Speaks. That's fantastic to hear. I'm glad you like accents. I like accents too, especially the American accent. Haha. Arlene is agreeing with her. Question from Julie. Great question from Julie. Let's see, Julie, did I miss that? Yeah, okay, example of an ad. There's a lot more to it. I think maybe one of my sessions this week, perhaps this Friday, that's going to be the longer one, right? I'll go into a lot more detail with that sort of thing as well, where I'll go into how to create the ad, more importantly, how to put together the right message for your ad, because that's your most important thing. Everything else is secondary to that. So I'll talk about that on Friday my time, which is going to be Thursday Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Okay, we have Eileen asking, what kind of lead magnets have you done well with your audience, Gideon? All sorts. I think probably the one that's converted best, I would say, has been webinar registration. So just very simple lead pages, squeeze page, and get people to sign up for the webinar. Just end of last year, we managed to drive 1,500 new leads to our business. It was a combination of using email. I think through paid ads, we got about 300. So this is over a 1 or 2 week period, and it was within a budget. So we didn't go. We limited the budget, so we probably could have gone a lot much bigger. But that was through a webinar one, and the conversion rate was just great. It was just so easy, and it was awesome because with a webinar thing, it's not like you need to spend like 6 months creating an ebook or something like that to give away, or a free report. With a webinar, the thing's not even created yet, and you can already put the lead page up, and then you just you have a date where you have to deliver the webinar. But then by that time, you've got a bunch of people on your email list already. So I might cover that a bit tomorrow as well as one of the examples. Arlene is saying, I did a few Twitter ads in the past, but they were text ads with blog links, not videos. They did okay. Yeah, we've got to basically run more tests with our Twitter video ads. What I love about Twitter is how you can, once again, target people very specifically. So if you know someone who has a big audience on Twitter, you can say, please target that person's audience on Twitter and show my ads just to that audience. So you can have a very, very specific message and ad to that audience. Say, hey, hey, whoever, person XYZ, I know you're a subscriber on Twitter for this person, and but I've got something cool to show you, or something like that. You make it look awesome though. Don't make it look like you're a stalker. But use a bit of common sense there as well. Ask the question: what would people really want? What's a good experience, and then create that good experience for them on that platform. But yeah, we've got to learn more about Twitter ads, and same with Instagram and Snapchat and all these other services as well. I think there's huge potential, and we're right at the beginning. Okay, so we have an answer here from Jan MacLeod saying a photography business. All right, so let's look at that. So let's look at that photography business. Oops. let's just change over to my pen here. So you're brand new to the internet marketing world now, say. So photography business, right? So one of the first things I would think about is, I would ask the question for your target audience, what is it that they're looking for? Especially on sites like YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. What is it that they go there for searching for stuff? That's one of the first questions I'd ask. And then I'd basically, go and meet them there. So there's your audience. They're all hanging out on places like, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram's probably going to be huge for you if you're into photography. It depends a bit on your target audience and what kind of photography you're doing. Maybe Snapchat. And so I'd first ask the question, where are they hanging out? And then I'd go and meet them there, And from there, I would probably have some sort of a video ad. Where it puts it in front of those people on these platforms. Just do one at a time, by the way. And then from there, I'd send them to a squeeze page, where in a squeeze page, where you basically give access to something. And quite often what works really well is a little free report, where you just basically tell people some key benefits, and they can sign up for it. And from there, they have to give you their email address, and they get into your email database. So this can work really well. So the key question is this here: what do you provide to get these people here to sign up for it at this point and get them all excited about it? So you'll know probably better your target audience. This really comes down to how well you know your audience and what they want. Because once you know what they want and what their problems, needs, wants, frustrations are, you can craft an ad that meets them on one of these platforms to then drive them over to your lead page. And then you just give them this thing. Just give them this thing that solves a specific problem for them. So that's one way of doing it. Another way that can also work really well is if you say this is your website. Actually, let's do this a little bit over here. Say you already have a website, and this is your site, maybe your main site, and you're already getting traffic here from whatever sources. Now, what can work really well is if you can apply something like a remarketing list or a retargeting list from YouTube, or let's call this Google. Oops, let's just make this a little bit more pretty. We can have here, AdWords or Facebook. You can do it for Twitter as well, and let's just stick with that for now. But basically, everybody who comes to your website, they get added to what's known as a remarketing list. And this is done by just adding a little piece of code on your website or every page of your website. So every time someone gets to your page, that little code kicks in and it adds them to this thing called a remarketing or retargeting list. Now from here, you can then create a video ad for either on YouTube or Facebook or whatever else, and then advertise this video ad to these people, on this list, on this remarketing list, and then from there drive people to your squeeze page. Squeeze page where you have your free report or whatever else, and then from there they jump onto your email database. That's sort of the basic process I would use. If this remarketing thing freaks you out, don't stress about it. You'll get to learn this over time. It's a big part of marketing, but I would probably focus on this. If you're building an audience, and you don't even need content for this. This is the beautiful thing about video ads. You can just create your video ad and target people on these platforms and drive them straight to your landing page for then building your email list. I mean, it's quite a big topic here. I've really tried to just very quickly distill it down for you into the basics. You probably need a good session, probably take an hour to really go into this in much more detail. But those are the basics for you, Jan. Hope you found that useful. Okay, what else do we have here? Daniel saying, I've seen on your other live stream videos, you've talked to different people. How do you do that? Oh, okay. So when I bring in like a Skype caller, so for that, I essentially just use Skype. So I have a Skype video conversation with someone else, and then I share, I have the Skype window. Sorry, I can't share the screen now that I'm doing it for normally, but I would have the Skype window on a part of my screen, and I'd go full video for that window, so that the other person is on the this full Skype video window, and then I'd basically share that part of my screen on half on my Wirecast screen setup. So that's a little bit more advanced setup as well. So I might have to have a special call for that one as well. But that's essentially what I do. I just have a caller coming from Skype, and then just share my screen using Wirecast. That's essentially how I do that. Okay, what else do we have here? So Jan MacLeod is saying target audience local and regional brides and business people. Okay, so that's a very interesting one, Jan. So if we go back to the example here, if you know that your audience are people getting married, what you can do is basically when it comes to your targeting here, you can say, all right, everybody in a specific local area. So everybody, I don't know if, let's say you live in Los Angeles, you can say everybody in Los Angeles who is interested in bridal stuff or wedding stuff, or searching for, how to have the best wedding. So this could be, or wedding photography. Maybe someone's searching for wedding photography, or how to take photos for your wedding, or the best way to create the best record of your wedding, or whatever it is. You can have those people, you can target those people on a place like Facebook or YouTube. And then once you know who those people are, you can say, all right, only show this to people, say in Los Angeles or whatever area you are. And then the thing that you give to them has to be in line with the stuff that they're searching for. So, for example, if they're searching for how to find the best photographer for your wedding, maybe that's a keyword phrase they type in. In fact, let's see if we can do an example of this on V-Roll. So I might go, let me just log into V-Roll here, and just go to log in. Let's see, log into this account, why not? Okay, so I'm going to log in here. So in terms of your targeting, there's many ways of targeting. On YouTube, you can use our little targeting tool, and you can go and look for placements, videos that you can run your ads in front of. So you can do something like, for example, wedding photography, right? Let me make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. So what the software now will do, it'll go into YouTube and figure out all the keyword phrases that people are searching for. You can see here, wedding photography, there's a lot of searches, 74,000 searches done on Google every single month. It's insane. So wedding photography tips. So there's a good one. So for example, wedding photography packages, wedding photography ideas, wedding photography checklists. So this is a really good example, actually. You can, for example, say, let's target this keyword phrase, wedding photography checklist. And then you can go ahead and say, create a checklist. Create a checklist for your free report, this thing here. It's like 101 things you have to do for getting the best pictures for your wedding. That's the thing you give away. And then what you do is you go and target all these people, say on YouTube. You can go, all right, wedding photography checklist. Let's go and find the top videos ranking for that keyword phrase, and then find the videos using this tool. And only takes a few seconds. There we go. And then you can go and let's go down here. So wedding photography. So then if you go in there, you can see all those videos that have been found. And so what you can do now basically is run your ad to all of these videos. There's a whole list. If you go, you can grab all the videos here and run your ad. Please paste YouTube. This is for adding. Sorry, I'm using the wrong thing. Get links. So this, there's like 240 links of videos that you can run your ad in front of, and all of them relating to wedding photography checklists. How cool is that? So basically everyone, so wedding photograph checklists. So if you go to this video, for example, someone's watching that and they're interested in wedding photography checklists. So obviously, imagine your ad goes now in front of that video and saying something like, are you looking for a checklist for your wedding photography? Go here to download your free report now. This sort of thing. Boom. And you do this in front of all of these videos. Imagine the extreme amount of qualified traffic you can get to go and visit your little squeeze page over here to then sign up for your free little download, and then they jump onto your email list. It can work incredibly well, and this is why advertising is so awesome, because of the level of targeting you can do. So in YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, the targeting is just insane. You can get down to details really well and target people extremely well to come and visit your website. Okay, so great example there. Another thing here from Jan is saying target audience local and regional brides and business people. Okay, so we've covered that a little bit. Piper Specs TV saying our audience is quite different to deal with because we're in the 9 to 15 demographic. Why do you think that's quite different? I guess obviously yes, a much younger audience, and I guess they might not be spending money with you. Their parents might be spending money with you. I'm guessing that's what you're saying. But that's fine, because there's a big audience for that. And if you can convince the children that they want to have something, they're going to talk to their parents. And so obviously, they'll need to convince their parents. But so there's a bit of a thing there. But children are pretty good at convincing their parents to buy stuff. Just look at how many kids have cell phones, how many kids wear clothes, how many kids wear the latest fashions, right? So I'm looking at my own children. They're really good at convincing their parents to buy stuff. Okay, Jan is saying, currently have a great giveaway, a lead magnet, wedding planner checklist. Okay, so you already have that. Fantastic. On my site, and have a grand total of 2 subscribers. All right, so Jan, so it's just a matter of getting the right sort of traffic to that page. Maybe you want to think about a content strategy as well, where you actually create content, where you create video content on YouTube, video content on Facebook. And the purpose of this content is to build a relationship, build an audience first. And then from that, you can start driving people over to your email database, to your lead magnet. Okay, so I'm not sure if you've tried that, but certainly with ads, that's the thing. With content, it can take a long time, because you got to create the content, build the relationships, and it can take a long time to build that relationship and build the audience. With ads, you can sort of bypass that. You can jump straight over to your lead page. So you just go with your audiences. If they're on YouTube, you go there. If they're on Facebook, you go there. And you just make sure you target them, send them over to your lead page, squeeze page, and then boom, get them to subscribe. If you're already getting a lot of traffic to your lead page, it might be that you're either getting the wrong traffic there, or that your lead page is just not converting. It doesn't have a good conversion process. So those are things you got to look at as well. Piper's Picks TV saying our best interaction comes from YouTube comments. Yes, absolutely. So are these from live ones, or ones afterwards, like pre-recorded content? Let's hear it. Eileen Smith saying, did you use GoToWebinar? I used to use it, Eileen, and it was cool back in the day, but I think things have really moved on. For the last 2 years, I've only really been using YouTube live events for running my actual webinars, and we've made hundreds of thousands of dollars using YouTube live events for selling our products. It's been very, very effective. And I mean, look at us now. You guys can actually see me, whereas with a webinar, it's just slides. It's boring, Much more interactive with YouTube live events, especially when you do it right. Julie saying, thanks, Gideon. That was a great example, and now I get it. Okay, good. Piper Specs TV saying, why can't you just use Hangouts? Yes, you can. Hangouts is a lot easier. I personally prefer YouTube live events because you can do much more cool stuff with it, like switch screens like I'm doing here and here. I can do that sort of thing. I can share the comments here with you guys today. That's very difficult to do with Hangouts. It doesn't have the functionality yet, and it's kind of cumbersome, and the quality is not as good yet. They might pick up on it, but at the moment it's not as good. But if you're just getting started and you don't want to muck around with tech stuff, then Google Hangouts is really easy, very easy to do. Okay, Republic of Randoms in the house. Good to see you here again. It's 1 a.m. again, Gideon, and today I can't stay. Just dropped in to leave a like. Thank you so much, Republic of Random. You're awesome. Have a good stream again. Thank you so much. Fraser, hey, Fraser is in the house. Fraser, I did see your message on YouTube. Sorry, I haven't had time to reply yet. I'll see if I can get time sometime this week. Fraser saying, does this work for wanting to reach a local area? Absolutely. This works particularly well for reaching local areas. So both on Google AdWords as well as on Facebook, which then includes Instagram as well. And I'm pretty sure on Twitter as well, you can define which location you want to target. You can, and on AdWords, for example, you can go as far down as like the suburb and say only people in this suburb who see this ad, only show this ad to people who live in this suburb. That's, so Facebook is similar as well. You can go very detailed on the location. And Twitter, I haven't looked at much, but I'm assuming you can do similar things there as well. Okay, so asking if you can do this using V-roll. So with V-roll, with the targeting tool, we don't go into that level of targeting. For the targeting, we're just sticking to the video placements, channel placements mainly. And then all the other targeting, if you still want to, you can do inside AdWords. Okay, Piper Speaks TV saying, we haven't done much live broadcasting lately, but your broadcasts have us rethinking. Kids are very much more on demand than jumping on when you ask. We get interaction on videos already posted. Yes, right. Test it. It might be, it'd be interesting. If you've been watching what I've been doing, Piper Speaks TV, you'll know that even today's video is an experiment. Every video that I do really is an experiment, and I'll learn as I go. I might not keep on doing these live events for the remainder of the year. At the moment, my intention is to see what happens if I do, but it's really all part of one big experiment. So yeah, I'd encourage you to experiment as well. If it doesn't work, stop doing it. If it works really well, amp it up. Okay, Daniel Ames is saying, where do you get all your live streaming equipments from? All sorts of places, Daniel. My microphone is a Rode Podcaster mic. That's from an Australian company, but you can just get it through their website. My lights are actually from a local place, just local lighting, video lighting shop. My computers are from Apple. My Logitech camera is from Logitech, obviously. So a lot of stuff that I just buy online as well. With equipment, I love going to a place where I can physically see and touch it and play with it before I buy it. I can't always do it, and then I just look for a lot of reviews to find out exactly whether it is the thing that I want before I spend money on it. But in general, I try and go to shops. Fraser is saying, ooh, interesting, thank you, so helpful. Good stuff, Fraser, you're welcome. Arlene is saying, YouTube Live is fantastic. I need to get an iPad so I can do the Q&A since I'm using Live Air Solo. Yeah, any iPad will do. In fact, Arlene, you could even use, if you have two phones, you can have the comments on one of the phones and live stream through your other phone. So maybe you borrow someone's phone during the live event. So if you don't want to buy an extra iPad just for that. Okay, we've got Piper Speaks TV saying Snapchat and Instagram seem to be quite effective since kids spend a ton of time when they get home from school or when they're hiding their phone under their desk, flipping through updates. Yes, absolutely. It certainly seems to be an audience for a younger crowd, Instagram and Snapchat. I remember when we advertised for V-Roll on Instagram, we didn't get as many good results because I think our audience is just not there. Our audience is just not hanging out there. In general, our audience is a little bit older. So yeah, very interesting. And once again, you've got to go where your audience is. If they're not on YouTube, don't advertise on YouTube. If they're not on Facebook, don't advertise there. If they're on Snapchat, advertise there. Or on Instagram, advertise there. So I haven't really looked into the Snapchat video advertising yet, but I noticed that they've been going through a lot of changes. They've just dropped their rates, their cost per view costs, I guess. So it looks like they're going through some interesting changes there. But definitely one to watch because they're just showing tremendous growth now too. All right, fantastic. I'm not seeing any more questions or comments here at the moment, but yeah, I guess I'll just make a general comment here with video advertising for you guys watching this live now. I really think it's an amazing way to reach people, and what's so awesome about it is that it's quick. It's quick and it's effective, and you could be. It might take you an hour to set the whole thing up, especially if you're using V-roll. With V-roll, you can create your video ads. Like, look at this for Facebook, for example. You can go to these templates and select from a range of templates to create a video ad for you. These only take about 15 minutes to create. So, for example, this sticky notes one, and so you could be sitting in a coffee shop, for example, and within the hour you could have your video ad created, all your targeting, all your campaigns set up on Facebook or YouTube or whatever platform you're using, and get in front of your audience like this. And because it's video, it's super engaging and super effective, and you stand out. You stand out compared to all other sorts of advertising. So it's tremendous, and if you're just starting out, for example, it is incredible for building your audience really, really quickly. So definitely encourage you to start looking at it. But the other thing also that I didn't really talk about much is that make sure that you're ready for scaling as well. Make sure that you have something to scale. Make sure that you have, if you have a video on YouTube, that it's a good video if you want to get more views. If you want to grow your business in your email database, make sure you have a good lead mag that you're giving away, and make sure you've got a good conversion process, so that when you start driving ads, you don't just waste that money. It goes to the right place. So just a few extra thoughts here for you guys. Okay, we're going to probably bring things to a close very soon. I'll just have read some quick more comments here. Piper's Pix TV saying, it's great that you take the time to answer every comment. Thank you. You're very welcome. At the moment, with these smaller events, I am able to do it because there are not that many questions. But when they get bigger, my Thursday Eastern Standard Time ones, which is Friday for me, they get a lot busier. So it's all good fun. Fraser Carter saying, did you cover recommended time length for an advertisement? Sorry if it's in the video. I'll be watching the replay, but just in case you didn't, thanks. No, I didn't cover that. Very good question. It really depends, once again, on what you're trying to do with each particular ad. If you're sending people to a lead page, then a squeeze page where you're trying to get the email address or something like that, or if you just want to get traffic, I think those ads need to be really short, like 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds the most. If your aim is to build a relationship first and then later send them to another page, then the videos can be longer. Like Tom Breeze, for example, he has videos that are 5 minutes long, where he gives like his 5 top tips for a specific thing. He drives a ton of ads, traffic to that video, gets a lot of views, and then builds a remarketing list that he then uses for driving traffic to his offer pages. Pretty cool way of doing it. So yeah, it depends on what you're trying to achieve. Daniel Ames, loads of people seem to be using Facebook more than any other app. Yes, well, it depends, Daniel. I know there's a lot of people on Facebook. It depends on the audience once again. There's a lot of people on Snapchat now as well. There's a lot of people on YouTube. Like Facebook's getting, I think, 8 billion views a day now, which is crazy. But their views it's a weird way that they count their views, so who knows what the real number is. But yeah, Facebook is getting a lot of views. But I do notice on Facebook, there was a report that came out recently that shows that there are a lot of more older people on Facebook than, say, on a place like YouTube. YouTube has a younger audience than Facebook. So once again, it's interesting when you do your advertising to make sure you go where your audience is. If your target audience is older, maybe you stick to Facebook. If they're younger, maybe they're on YouTube. If they're super young, maybe it's Snapchat and Instagram. So keep that in mind as you advertise as well. Julie saying, Gideon, can you do all those cool things on YouTube Live because you have the advanced software with Wirecast? Yes, that's the only reason, Julie. So you can't do all those cool things on your iPhone, with the exception of maybe the Switcher Studio Pro app, which I didn't review last week because I I ran out of my 7-day subscription, so maybe I could subscribe again and do another review. But with that app, through your iPad or through your iPhone, you can share your computer screen. You can share other video cameras coming in through other iOS devices. It's pretty cool. It's a lot easier and to use than Wirecast, the professional version that I've got. But it's still not quite the same level as what I can do with my Wirecast setup here at home, my home office, with a more professional setup. Okay. All right, so I'm not seeing any more questions right now. I think I'll bring this call to an end. So we've been at it for about an hour already. Can you believe it? It doesn't feel like it. It's just gone quick. So thank you so much if you've stayed all this time. Please remember to give us a thumbs up and share this with anybody that you think might find this useful. And I look forward to seeing you. So tomorrow I'm going to be talking about how to use video ads to grow your email database in particular. So there should be some nice, more detailed examples there for you guys. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys on my call tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.